Okay, anime question of the week. Is it? Is it an anime question? We'll find out. Well, debated if it's an anime question of the week.
Okay.
For Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? What bending skill would you have out of all the bending? You know, Earth, Wind, Fire, and Air. Not the Earth, Wind, and Fire, but not the band. But out of bending and water, which one would you do?
Just like purely off of usefulness to myself, air would probably be my number one choice.
Really? I'm surprised.
Over like travel, like usefulness all around. Even offensively, like it has its
yeah, it's broken.
It's kind of broken, but air is like overall like
everywhere.
Everything. Like air is everywhere. You can manipulate the air around you. You can basically pull bring yourself off your feet and other people off their feet. And it's like you have manipulation over gravity at some point too. So air is pretty broken. Following air, honestly, I'll probably go with water. Because again, water is everywhere, and if you can manipulate water, you're pretty OP. You manipulate weather, like Katara, she was doing some wild shit with her water bending. So air, then close second water.
See, I'm stuck between the other two. So most of the time I would say fire, because you know me, I like fire and lightning. Like fire and lightning characters in all anime are usually my favorite. But I'm also stuck between fire and earth, because one, earth is also everywhere. You can bend iron, you can bend metal if you learn how to bend metal, right?
Sure.
But it's like, I think of the earthbenders as like the big strong, I like go to the gym. I like to fucking be strong, and like these are like the powerlifting guys. These are really strong guys for earthbending. So I'm like, I would think if I was born, I'd probably be born in like the earth kingdom. But then I just like fire. I just like to be able to bend fire. And hell, Ozai was even like fucking flying across, going to fight Aang. So I'm not saying I'm gonna be no Fire Lord Ozai, but I don't know. It's just earth and fire are just the two I can't get away from. But I can't ever pick one, because like earth would be dope too. Fucking, you could lift rocks. You can make yourself travel too, as long as you don't care about destroying public roads.
You don't care about. I feel like earth and fire is such destructive elements that I don't. Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be useful to me in everyday life. Like, offensively, hell yeah, those are going to be the most offensive elements to bend. But just sitting at home, day-to-day shopping, like, I'm not going to tear up the roads just by earth sliding all across, because I don't want to fucking drive my car. But if I want to just, like, float on the wind.
That's true, but if bending was in our world, though, you would need something that was also good if it's like the best. Because I honestly feel like, so, and here's the thing, right? Bending in our world would actually be terrifying. Like the people that would have our bending, because not just the Nickelodeon kids show. Like there was one instance where they did kind of dive deep and dark into what bending could be with Katara and her blood bending. But like, think about it. You could pull the moisture out of somebody's skin and completely dry them out. You could add fire bending. You could literally boil somebody's insides, like using the thermal heat that they have in their body. You could literally set somebody on fire from the inside. Fucking air bending. You could pull somebody's air literally out of their lungs. You could stop somebody from
the air out their lungs. That's ridiculous. And then keep air from circulating in their in that space.
Them.
Like,
you can suffocate them to death.
You can drown people in just a pool of water.
Oh yeah.
Drowning somebody in their spit. Just using their own spit, drowning them.
Like pulling sweat. Hell, Katara used her own sweat one time to bend that little fucking the little blade that she threw at somebody. It was her sweat. I'm like, you imagine taking somebody's sweat and putting it in their body and flooding their system? Just like, you could literally, like, bending would be so dangerous.
That's why.
What's going on, everybody? Otaku Octagon, the Otaku Army, the Otaku Ans, the Otaku Nation, the Otaku
family.
Clique, the Otaku
Cult. Gang-related? Cult? I'm okay with cult, though. But gang-related? We don't do gang violence. We don't condone that type of stuff.
The Otaku Gang? Gang?
No gang.
No gang. Okay. All right.
No gang.
Yeah. What's all that nonsense? Get a shot around here. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. So we are going to roll straight into our news. It is a very slow news week, as you know, as we do here we're gonna roll into the news really quick. So, Attack on Titan and Blue Exorcist both came out with new trailers this past week. They are pretty dope. The Attack on Titan trailer. Did Mikasa? I'm thinking of that's her name, right? Mikasa. I'm thinking Mikazuki from Iron Blood Orphans.
Yeah, Mikasa, you're good.
Mikasa. Did she grow wings in that trailer?
I didn't watch the trailer.
You didn't watch the trailer?
I didn't check the trailer out because the problem is I've been seeing the fact that they put out a trailer, and obviously I post on the Instagram in our stories that the trailer came out. But the problem is every time I see anything about the trailer, people are just complaining about it.
Really?
I'm like, I don't feel like
it looks good.
Being disappointed. So the trailer isn't disappointing in itself. People were just complaining about the fact that it's taking so long. People have lost interest in one.
Yeah, they're not. I guarantee you, they're gonna crash. People are gonna be like, "Yeah, AOT is gonna crash the servers."
People say they don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, but it does look good. I saw Mikasa. There was something about some wings. I don't know. Maybe it's some new fucking gear or something. I don't know. It looks weird. But the trailer, it does look fantastic. It does look pretty good. I'm pretty excited for it to come out. Blue Exorcist trailer also looks pretty dope. I'm gonna be honest though, for those of y'all who haven't watched Blue Exorcist, David, did you watch season 2?
No, not yet.
Of Blue Exorcist? It's not the best. No. It's kind of season 1 is like peak, right? Mm-hmm. Season 1 is like peak anime. But season 2 is like it's like a filler season. It feels like it, but at least apparently
from season 1, apparently completely different.
No, it's a continuation. It just feels like instead of doing the main, like at the end of season 1, they designate a main goal, right? They say this is our goal, this is what we need to do, and then season 2 they're just like side mission, like, and you're just like, are we gonna? We're not gonna talk about the elephant in the room where this man's literally being chased by the devil because that's his daddy. Like, we're not gonna talk about that. Like, it's great. I don't know, but hopefully season 3 is better. I honestly can't remember that much about season 2 because it was so irrelevant to me. I have seen that it is manga. Was it equivalent or like it is like still in line with the manga? Even season 2 was. So I was like, oh, maybe people that are reading the manga feel the same way. So I don't know. Now, I want to talk about this because I know we both feel some type of way about it. Demon Slayer new info, December 10th.
Okay.
That's it.
What's coming out December 10th?
That's it. Just the info.
Yeah, what info though?
That's the info. Yep.
Thanks. Thanks for the announcement.
Look, and it's funny because that they do that shit all the time. I saw one the other week where they said, I forgot what anime it was. It was something about a new anime or something like that, but it said new info January 2024, and I'm like, who cares? Just tell me the day before. Be like, hey, new trailer dropping tomorrow. Hey, new info tomorrow on Demon Slayer. New info next week. Even a week. Give me at least a week, but don't give me 2 months, 4 months. Like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
What it's going to be like this? It's just ridiculous. Like, at least give me a focus. Not just the name of what I'm going to find out. What am I going to be finding out? Like, we're going to get information on characters. We're going to get information on what the plot line is going to be or how long it's going to be. I mean, new info could be anything.
We do know that Demon Slayer is going to be 3 movies, right? Like 3 hour-long episodes for the
rumor. Hasn't even still been like confirmed. It's just, has it been confirmed?
I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. I'd have to look more into it. But when I did the news last time for the 3 hour-long episodes, that was the confirmed information that I got. So maybe it's 2 different spectrums. Maybe it has, and maybe it hasn't. Some people may say it has, and some people may say it hasn't. So who knows? But I personally believe that it's confirmed or not confirmed, but I personally believe that that's going to be it because one, the Hashira training arc is not long at all in the manga. It's very short. And even though I know they like to milk animes, I know what they're really trying to get to is the Infinity Castle arc. You know what I'm saying? Like that's going to be, that's their meat and potatoes right there. That's the wrap up where Hashira die, people we know and love are getting murdered. That's the Shibuya incident of Demon Slayer. So like, I'm pretty sure, it's still going to be those 3 hours. But we'll see whatever their information on December 10th is. Maybe they're like, info December 10th, and then December 10th hits, and they're like, all right, the info is that there's going to be info tomorrow. Like, okay.
This is the info you're going to receive, but next week. Not yet.
So
I'm just letting you know what the info is.
Yeah. something I should have added in the trailers, now that I'm mentioning it, or now that I'm seeing it, is Naruto had a new animated kind of like trailer leak online. I don't know if you saw that. So there's a new little trailer that was done at a Japanese con. I don't know what the con's called, forgive me. But there was a little leak, and you can see somebody's recording it. It looks recorded, obviously, but it looks good. I mean, it's pretty much like it looks like a memory lapse. So like it has young Naruto, and then like opening up the nine-tailed fox, and then he gets the powers, and it's like a whole little like short little time lapse in new animation, and it's not the stuff we saw before. Like for the Naruto birthday or anniversary, where they dropped like those couple scenes or whatever, it's completely different scenes reanimated. So I don't know. Maybe they're gonna give us like show episodes that are already out reanimated for the because they've been delaying Naruto for a long ass time.
Yeah, I've been asking. This is
So
like the third time that we spoke about.
yeah,
I was like, where the fuck are these episodes?
yeah. So maybe the episodes are gonna be episodes we've already have just reanimated. So I'm not from that leaked trailer. I don't think we're getting like new
Please
episodes.
don't say
And even if it was new episodes, they'd be fillers anyways because they're not in the manga. So like,
unless I'm still holding out hope that they're going to just instead animate what they did for Minato. Remember that one shot that they did? Maybe they'll animate.
Yeah,
hopefully,
maybe.
then that would be canon, and I would totally love that. But
Yeah,
if they just
yeah.
going to reanimate and like redo the animation of episodes, like even if they're like super popular
I
episodes, maybe I'll be interested in watching it, like some good
I'd be
animation.
interested in something like the pain fight, like the whole
Yeah,
like
yeah,
do
we'll
a
do the pain
rooftop
fight.
version, do a rooftop battle of the pain fight, and reanimate that whole thing, and then do like the pain fight, and then do maybe the Great Ninja War. I don't know the modern something something that's
Please
like
don't do that.
interesting,
Yeah,
something that's
redo
interesting.
Madara's shit. I'll rewatch
Hmm.
Madara's fucking fight, but please don't do the Great Ninja War. Do Pain, do Madara's fucking beatdown
Yeah,
of the Alliance
Kakashi versus
forces.
Obito.
That would be fire as well. Even
That'd be dope.
Naruto versus Sasuke, that final fight,
Oh yeah,
that would be solid
because
as well.
so in the trailer, that the leaked trailer, it was a lot of Naruto versus Sasuke in there.
Okay, I'll
So
watch both of
maybe
them.
maybe
Free
they'll
time skip and
yo,
this.
it'd be cool if they reanimated their valley fights because they
Yeah,
had
both of them.
two. So they had two. So like their first one, and then it jumped right into their like second one,
Yeah.
and then they just reanimate. Those would be dope.
These are
Those
like
would be
four
pretty cool.
episodes. I think 2 episodes each would be perfect. I
Yeah,
would
I think
watch that.
so.
Everyone would love
We
that.
got a roof. They got a rooftop those too, though, because there's a lot of like talking and nonsense in between. But I'd still watch it. I mean, I'd still fucking watch it. But it is what it is. So last but not least, Crunchyroll is now on Amazon Prime, and don't get hyped because I personally went on it because I have Amazon Prime, and I saw Crunchyroll on there, and I was like, holy shit, Crunchyroll's on Amazon Prime. This is so much better than going on my Xbox or having to fucking go on my tablet and actually do the app because a lot of LG and smart TVs, especially LGs, don't have the Crunchyroll app.
Yeah.
Now my fucking Fire TV, like my Amazon Fire TV in my office, has the Crunchyroll app, so I'm good. But my big LG, the one I have downstairs, doesn't have the Crunchyroll app at all. So I have to go through the Xbox to do it. It's fucking annoying. I got to use the controller and then the remote. It's just and a couple extra steps I don't want to do. Well, they put Crunchyroll on Amazon Prime, and obviously Amazon Prime is on my TV, but it's not what you think. And this is what I mean. So I went on there. I saw that it was on there. Now I am using somebody else's Crunchyroll at the moment. One, when you go there and you go to sign up or sign in, there is no sign in. You have to completely delete your old account and completely make a new account. You cannot sign into Crunchyroll on on the Amazon Prime subscription. It's Crunchyroll, so you can't sign in. Two,
Okay.
when you do sign up for because I signed up for the 7-day free trial just to see what it'd look like. I did the whole like the premium subscription plus a 7-day free trial, so I'll get access to everything, right? I signed up for it, went back into the app. You can't search for any anime in the Crunchyroll station. You have to go to the Amazon Prime search and search for your anime there. And sometimes they're not even there because I was going back and forth. I had my phone open, right? And I was on Crunchyroll app on my phone, and I was looking at the anime I was currently watching. I looked up Faraway Paladin. I looked up what was it? Berserk of Gluttony. I looked up those animes that were on there, and they were not on Amazon at all. And when you go into the Crunchyroll app on Amazon, like on your TV, there's no search function. You can't look for like action adventure, all it gives you is like an A to Z,
Mm-hmm.
an A to Z catalog. That's it. A to Z. Like you can't search for anything, you can't see what you previously watched, or even when you add stuff to your watch list, it goes to your main Amazon homepage on your
Yeah.
watch list. And like this shit is absolute ass. Like and it's funny because I canceled it. I went and I was like, fuck this. And so I went and canceled it. And then they said the reason why. I typed a paragraph, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I typed a whole paragraph. I said, one, it's hard to look up animes. You don't have a full, it says access to full Crunchyroll library. That's what it says when you sign up. I was like, you do not have access to the full Crunchyroll library. All new animes of this season are not on here. You cannot search for previously watched. You can't sign into your old account. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I typed a full fucking list. And apparently people on TikTok are mad about this shit too, because I saw a couple TikToks about it. So,
No.
okay, so moving in with the holiday season. So obviously the week prior or the week before that, we did IGN's top 10 most horrific animes or horror type Halloweeny animes, which was honestly an L on IGN's part. I like you, IGN. I get a lot of news from you, but that was kind of an L. We're going to come up with our number one that we kind of wanted to go over, especially maybe some new ones of the dark animes or like really gory animes of this season, or at least the last season, because IGN's wasn't good. I know we went over the ones that we thought would be good, but we're going to go over we're going to do a little breakdown, because I honestly want to talk about Undead Unluck. That shit is fucking out of pocket.
Yeah.
Now, it isn't scary, so don't get me wrong. It's not scary, but it is like super fucking bloody. I mean, that's the point of this show. And I mean, this show practically starts off, this shit is crazy. But this show practically starts off with the girl who is the Unluck, right? Her name is, they call her Miss Unlucky or whatever. She's Unluck. She just finished up reading the last page of her manga, right? And she's like, I finally finished this manga. Now I can die. And she's about to jump in front of a train, bro. And I'm like, and she's like on top of a bridge about to jump in front of these trains. And our boy Undead, zombie boy, who's like brolic as fuck and is immortal, which we know about. He's like pretty much like in a crouch position on both his like tippy toes, like crouched down, drinking a drink. And he's like, oi, oi. And she like turns around. She's like, go, get away from me. Don't touch me. Don't come near me. You'll, and he's like, what are you doing? It's like, that's an easy way for you to fucking die, right? And she's like, no, just get away from me. I don't have any room on it. And he's like, come here. And he fucking grabs her, rips her off the fucking ledge, right? And then he's standing on the ledge she was on, because he pretty much like traded places with her. She's like, oh no, here it comes, my Unluck. And he's like, what? And then the fucking, the bridge, like the little bit of rock he was standing on cracks, and he falls right in front of the train and just just fucking explodes. and she's like, oh my god, I killed another. I killed another person. Like somebody got dragged, and then you just see it. His head comes flying back up, and he's like, hey, what was that? And she's like, my god, it's a zombie, and she just starts running, and he's like, come here. And then he uses his blood out his body to propel himself through the air while his skeleton and his arms are reanimating, and he fucking grabs her. And while he's like flying, he's like, you said something about Unluck, right? She's like, get away from me. He's like, you said something about Unluck, right? She's like, yeah. And she starts kind of going into, she like doesn't tell him but does tell him. She's like, she starts going into like how people give her skin to skin contact, they die. And he's like, yeah. And so he's like, he has her, like he's flying like Superman, but he's like hugging her this way. She's facing that way. And so he puts his hands up in her titties and starts grabbing him. He's like, yeah. And then he starts flying.
Because he wants to die.
He gets to the top of a building and he's like trying to talk to her. And she doesn't know where to go. She can't go anywhere because like the fucking, like they're on top of a roof. And you see this plane flying overhead, and then this crate of bananas falls out of the plane, smashes him into bits. And she's like, oh my god. And he freaking regenerates again. He's like, hey. And she starts running down the stairs. He's like, come back here. It's pretty much the whole beginning of this show is him chasing her, because he's like, you're going to stick with me. I'm trying to look for, he's trying to explain to her that he's immortal and that he can't die, but she thinks he's a zombie. Like this whole time she thinks he's a zombie.
Is he not a zombie?
And he's not a zombie, no.
Okay.
You find out that there's these people came to pretty much hunt them. Like they were hunting both of them. And essentially you find out later that they're called negators. And these negators hunt, what do they call them? Not unbalancers. They hunt, like, they give them a name for people who are unnatural in the world. So like she's unlucky. Her power is that whenever she touches somebody, they die pretty much from unluck. He is immortal, so he's also a negator. I think they call him negate. They call them negators as well, but then there's like the hunter negators, the ones that are negators that hunt people and they work for the world government, like the government. The government hires these 10, it's like the round table of 10 negators that go and hunt down negators and kill them. Because obviously only people with superpowers can really fight people with superpowers. Yeah. And so they have to meet their quota so they can live as well. And they kind of go into this whole thing where he talks about what we're going to do is, one, these people are called negators. They're hunting us because we are unnatural in this world. So there's one thing we need to do. We need to travel all the way across the world. We need to go to Russia. We need to meet up with my old war buddies from back in the day, get armed up, and we're going to figure out how you can kill me and figure out what happens. She was like, and she explained to him, well, the more I like you and the more skin contact you have with me, that's how the worse the punishments get. And he's like, oh, so then we need to have sex.
That's the point I was getting at too.
And she was like, no. And she started running. He was like, come here, we're gonna do it.
Come on.
and she's like chasing her, and he's trying to have sex with her. She's of age, by the way. She's 18.
No,
it's hilarious.
No, I haven't even checked it out yet. Honestly, it was one of those shows that when Zombie 100, they made mention of Undead Luck coming out as well. I've been looking forward to this since Zombie 100 came out. It had same animation, like that lighthearted animation, but yet it has a darker feeling, like an undertone
funny,
to it.
Gory shit.
Yeah, I actually do fuck with that. But when it comes to my horror recommendation for this Halloween season, Dark Gathering. I've literally mentioned this show like 2 to 3 times up to this point, so I'm actually pretty excited to jump into it.
That shit lives in your head rent free, huh?
Bro, it's really got a chokehold on my life right now. When it comes to anime, I haven't even really gotten into like the new series as yet. Dark Gathering came out last anime season, and right now it's just
the one before that.
No, it was last anime season. It's just continuing on. It's like on the episode like maybe 15 or 16 right now. So it's just been continuing on. So it's doing its full 24 episodes. So Dark Gathering was one. It was it was a series that somebody left a comment on saying, hey, you didn't bring this up. I'm actually surprised you didn't bring it up. So it made me say, hey, if someone literally left a comment to say, hey, you need to mention this, maybe you should check it out. And I checked it out. This anime definitely gave hope to horror anime. Like there are probably a solid handful of horror anime that I can probably name if someone asks for a list of horror anime, but it's not many that you can say like, wow, this is a great show. You need to watch this if you're into horror anime. I can bring up things. Yeah, I can bring up things like Future Diary. Diary, I think, is a really good horror anime. You got Tokyo Ghoul. People consider that to be a good horror anime as well. But this show really focuses on scaring the fucking shit out of the characters in the show as well as the viewer. So to start off,
I gotta watch the shit.
Yeah. So to start off, like, it's about the main character. He senses spirits. He doesn't like fight spirits. He doesn't fully even see spirits. He just senses them. And because he has this affinity towards the spirits, obviously, as we've seen other series, the spirits are attracted to him. Something happened when he was younger. Him and his best friend got hurt. Fast forward, because I've already spoken about this before. He now works with that best friend who got hurt. He works with her, like her niece, or something like that. Well, the niece, how she came to live with the best friend, because him and the best friend, they're both college students. They're like 18, 19 years old. The niece lives with the best friend now, her older cousin or auntie, because her parents actually died in a car accident. She survived that same car accident, but as she was laying down bloody in the grass, she saw a spirit, this huge spirit, grabbing her mother, because her mother wasn't dead, just like her. She was dying, like it laying in the grass, bleeding out, but she wasn't dead. Literally pull her spirit out of her and eat it. So this show is that. It's like that. It's like that, and it's that same like that cartoony, lighthearted animation, but then all they do is they take away the tint, or they add way more tint to it, and you realize Dark Gathering is a fucking dark fantasy show. So this big spirit ate her mother, and because she can actually see spirits, she now has taken upon herself, I'm going to defeat that spirit so that my mother's spirit can rest in peace. And
Yeah,
how she does this is she literally hunts down spirits, like powerful spirits. She basically not assassinates them,
Or like
tortures, not even
them.
exercises them. She tortures spirits, forces them to work for her, gathers up spirits weaker and weaker, combining them to make them stronger, to go after stronger spirits so she can make a gang of fucking strong evil spirits.
What,
Mind you, these are
pyramid
evil
scheme?
spirits, huh?
Was this a pyramid scheme? Just
I mean, it makes sense because she starts off
yeah.
small. She makes this, like, she literally forces the small, weaker spirits to fight
Dark
each other in like a,
gathering.
yeah, exactly. And she forces them to like fight in like an arena style. Like, we don't see the actual fight. She closes the door. You hear screaming and yelling and pounding. And then she reopens the door again. One spirit is left standing. And now that one has graduated she's fucked up.
Jeez.
She's really fucked up. And honestly, I understand where she's coming from because she has to make these stronger spirits so that she can save her mother. But she literally tortures spirits, even good spirits. She doesn't care. She's only using them as tools to get to her final objective. Well, our main character is pulled back into this world because he doesn't want anything to do with it. But he's pulled back into it. One, because he has this affinity for spirits, and she's basically using him to bait these powerful spirits to her so that she can capture them, torture them, and force them to work for her. And two, he kind of has those type of people who like to be scared. He kind of has this thing to be. He will never admit it out loud, but it's been multiple times throughout the show where they kind of pointed out. He's like, I kind of like when they almost slit my throat just then. But it's a pretty good series.
He's an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie. Now, what makes this series a really good horror anime? Like, not the fact that there's spirits in it, not the fact that it's just a little scary at times. It's the fact that, one, it actually takes real Japanese horror sites, like these big horror spiritual sites in Japan, and makes them real in this anime, and says, we're going to take down all these Japanese ghouls, evil spirits, good spirits. At one point, she's fighting a godly spirit so that I can make something powerful enough to save spirits. And it's legitimately scary. Every spirit she runs into has their thing. Like, one spirit, their thing is, it's like a tunnel. And whoever goes in this tunnel, it essentially captures you. It rips you open from the inside and then drags your body to feed in other people and other spirits. It's a fucked up anime.
Expansion.
It's truly a fucked up anime. So I honestly recommend this anime if you do like actual scary anime. Watch it. If you don't like things that are going to scare the shit out of you, please do not watch this, because this is actually a scary anime. But I think it's something to really bring up for this Halloween season.
This is the second time I've heard you talk about something like this. The last one was Campfire Cookout in Another World, and I had to watch it because you mentioned it so much. So now that you're doing it for this one, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna start it tonight. And this is what I need you to do.
What's that?
It took you a year and a half for you to watch fucking Castlevania. So the next time I talk about something that's fucking great, I need you to just go ahead, shut your mouth, shut your computer down. Well, you watch it on the computer.
I need the computer.
Shut everything else down and watch the show I'm explaining to you, because I'm gonna watch it, because you talk about this show like it's one of the greatest horror animes ever. So I'm gonna watch it because I like spooky shit. I like gore. I like horror shit. So especially with spirits fighting, if she's like, like Beyblade, go, fucking for these spirits, and I'm all about it. So I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna watch a couple episodes tonight, see how I feel about it.
I just remember one thing. One of the most fucked up things she does to the spirits. So she basically, like a fingernail. She clips a fingernail off of herself, the main character, and the cousin or the auntie, whatever she is. Puts a piece of them in each one of these. So she captures the spirits and puts them into a doll. She then clips everybody's nails, putting them into every doll that has a captured spirit inside, so that they're like a scapegoat. So whenever she goes hunting, if a spirit goes and tries to cut her head off, it instead hurts the spirit that she's captured in the doll instead, which enrages that spirit and forces that spirit to fight for her, because that spirit doesn't want to die instead. So she's forcing spirits to fight for her by basically putting their lives or their livelihood in danger, so that they will make sure that they keep her alive, because if she dies, they die. So it's a whole scheme.
Here's my question. Where did she learn this shit? Did they talk about where she learned how to do all this?
No, not in. And then
So it's kind of a plot hole. Are we just supposed to let's do it? Is there a time skip from the car crash to this?
no, just kind of
That's
we just accept it for what it is.
because
We
this
just
ain't no
accept she's
Sam
a
and
fucked
this
up.
is this ain't Sam and Dean Winchester where they learn how to hunt spirits and ghosts for a couple years. Like she just
True.
magically is like, oh, I know how to do all of this, how to hunt spirits and Ghostbusters.
She
Like,
explains what she does. A lot of the things that she does is like not I would say common sense for people who like know about spirits or even believe in spirits. Things such as salt hurt spirits, attaching spirits to physical planes. Spirits can't leave their domains that they're haunting. Stuff like that she knows.
a lot of ancestral cultural religions and like societies or groups of people, especially like Buddhism, like Hispanics, like in Mexico with the Day of the Dead. A lot of those people do have those things that aren't common sense to us, but common sense to them. Like leaving the rose petals so that on the Day of the Dead, your dead family members can find your house and party with you that night. Things like that we wouldn't really know about. I only know about it because I saw it in a kids movie and then I looked it up and it's true. But like things like that, I guess to them, especially if they're in a that type of society where those things are very prevalent, ancestors, ghosts, Oni, shit like that, then of course it probably would be a little natural to her. But if you're just a little kid and you've never done this shit before, you'd still have to do some kind of research.
If it was like an American kid, I would be like, definitely that's some wild shit. But like in that type of culture, society, Japanese culture, especially in like those backwater fucking villages, stuff like that. They're really areas. Big into like these the yokai, the oni, the spirits, good spirits, bad spirits. It kind of makes sense, but honestly, when you do point it out, she knows a lot for being, and she's only probably like 12, 13 years old, while the main character and the girl like 18, 19 years old. So it doesn't really explain why she knows that much.
She's probably like a school kid who was just going to school, being a normal kid, and then all of a sudden the next day how to kidnap spirits and force them, and like, and I can't even, I can't hold her for doing shit like this, especially seeing her mom being eaten by spirits and shit by fucking Ryuk. But I mean, I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch a couple episodes tonight. When's it pick up? Is it like first episode still good?
Oh no, it's good from the beginning. It's consistent all the way through. I
want to know where to stop before I go to bed.
Where to stop before you go to bed? I would say I wouldn't say it's not like a show where each episode is a different story. It's a show where it's a consistent story, but they obviously have this arc, this arc. Like the tunnel arc, the priest arc, shit like that.
Capturing each
so
individual
you can watch it arc by arc, and it's like usually 1 to 2 episodes each arc. Okay. So this is probably a good way to watch it.
Like 4 episodes tonight. Gotcha. 4. I'll watch 4. And then I'll be up at 3 a.m. like, holy shit.
I'm not turning this off. Luckily for you, it's only like 16 episodes. What was that? Like divided by 3.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up our show, guys. Be safe out there this Halloween season. We appreciate you. Again, leave comments down below. Obviously, the last person who left that comment about Dark Gathering, you've really stamped on the heart and soul of David here. So leave a comment down below if there's any horror animes we haven't discussed before. If you're watching this for the first time and you didn't go back, go look at our IGN top 10, look at some of the other horror animes we've talked about, like the Dark Trio, things like that. Let us know if we missed anything, if there's anything cool out there that we do not know about. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Please help us out. We're almost at 100. We're almost at 100 fucking subscribers. It may not seem like a lot. For those of y'all stuck around to the end, it may not seem like a lot to those big like YouTube channels out there, because there's quite a lot of ones with like thousands and stuff like that. But to us, that's a big accomplishment. I mean, even only been doing this for over a year now. Like to us, that's a big deal. I mean, triple dig. You put 100 people on a lawn. That's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So we really appreciate the community. We really appreciate everybody who is watching, who's been around since day one. We'll drop 100 episode or like 100 subscriber party episode or something like that. It's a big accomplishment to us. Some people celebrate 1-year anniversaries. We're celebrating a 6-month anniversary. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you guys. Please hit that subscribe button. We'll post it in the beginning of the video too. You got to subscribe. Please subscribe. It helps us out. We love you guys. Peace out.
Peace.